Hello everyone, this is Rashid Ahmed, Vice Principal and Faculty of English at Ajmal College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Hojai. Today I am going to talk on language and its objectives, and I hope this will be something interesting to you. But before that, since we got our higher secondary final examination results yesterday, let me first of all congratulate all those who have come out successful and those who could not do as per expectations. My message to them is that failure is the pillar of success, and there is always a next time. I cannot resist the temptation of sharing some very wonderful facts with you. In my last video, which is the first of its kind from my end on YouTube, I told you about three of the students of our college. They were our alumni, that they performed in their higher secondary examination much better than what they did in HSLC. Out of those three, one boy got 81% in HS, while his HSLC percentage was only 48%. And quite interestingly, this very year, this boy, he had a younger brother in our college this time. The elder one, his name was Suhail, and the younger one, Bilal, he also has passed higher secondary arts examination. His HSLC percentage was only 53%, and now he has scored 85%. Yesterday I had shared some of my views on Facebook, and then one of our alumnus, Abdul Huda, he commented on my post saying that even he also came with only 56% marks in HSLC and passed HS with 84% marks. Another of his friend who came with 35% marks then passed HS with 70% marks. This time again in commerce stream also, two boys, they had 60% marks in HSLC, but in yesterday's result they have got 84 and 86% respectively. You may wonder why I am just giving a lot of importance on scoring of marks. That is not the case. Scoring marks is not everything. This is only a part of the whole thing. Scoring marks does not determine a person's ability and his skill, but in different aspects, in different situations, your good marks give you a passport to get a scope somewhere, which others are not able to do. My objective behind saying all these things is that there are some people who are for arts stream. There are some others who are for commerce. There are some others who are for science. In choosing your stream, many people make mistake. So this is what actually I wanted to concentrate on. That is what I wanted to elaborate. But this I will speak on a different occasion in a different video. Let me go back to my original topic, that is language and its objectives. In another video, a short video, a colleague of mine, Mr. Amjad Hussain Talukdar, has introduced all the teachers of the college and the details of the course content of English. I am going to talk on language. I am not talking about any particular language, just language first of all. We learn a lot of languages. We know many languages. In your school you have learned English. Some of you have learned Assamese or Bengali or Hindi. So there are people who know many languages, there are people who know some languages, but the fact is that every human being uses at least one language. Except those people who are dumb, every human being uses at least one language. And my observation is that language is one of the easiest things and one of the most interesting things that human beings use. Our problem is that we don't go for the interesting things in language. We first of all get a preconceived notion that language is difficult. How is language difficult? Think about a small child. a child whose age is only 5 years. This small child, he cannot do any big job. For example, he cannot go to market for shopping. His father cannot send him anywhere alone. He even cannot wash his clothes. For all his daily needs, his mother is there, his father is there. But this small 5-year-old boy or girl is able to speak in at least one language perfectly well. But how did he learn it? For a small child of this age, did his father send him to any school for learning the language? Did his father employ any tutors? Did he offer him any books? Did the boy spend any specific time for learning the language? Was any money spent on this for making him learn the language? No. This is the fact. A small child is able to learn the language because he listens first. And that is why he learns the language really well. The difficulty comes when you learn another language. When you have already learned your mother tongue and you are now going to learn a second language whose speakers are not there around you. You do not get enough chance to listen to that language, and then still you are made to learn it. Then what happens is that you learn only just for the sake of learning. Actual acquiring of skills does not take place. What is language actually? Language is a means of communication. I am speaking now, far away from you. You people are in different places. But when I am speaking, I am communicating with you. So I am communicating with you through my speech. So speech is one use of language. A different way is there. For example, if I write something and then you read my writing, then also communication is taking place. So when we use language, we communicate. And how do we communicate? Either by speaking or by reading. Or by writing. But the thing is that before speaking you have to listen. And before being able to write, you have to be able to read. After listening comes speaking. After reading comes writing. But in our system, in our primary schools, what happens is that listening is not given any importance. Rarely anyone speaks in English. Children rarely get any chance to listen to the language. The English is taught through mother language. Of course, in some English medium schools, English is spoken. But they also have one drawback. They give so much importance to speaking in English to a small child that English is taught at the cost of the mother tongue. A child is deprived of acquiring the skills in his mother tongue or learning the aspects of his mother tongue. A lot of English is put on him. So, we have got it that when we communicate by using language, we do it either by speaking or by writing. But before you are able to speak, you have to listen. You have to acquire the skill of listening. Before you are able to write, you have to acquire the skill of reading. So, as far as our mother tongue is concerned, there is no difficulty. You don't feel like learning a language because it is something without any kind of formal efforts. It happens quite naturally, and that is called the natural way of learning a language. Whenever it is about any other language other than your mother tongue, efforts are put, a lot of artificial techniques are employed, and so the thing appears to be really difficult. So, another thing that makes it difficult is some kind of unwanted fear. We people fear we cannot speak. As I have told you that a small child is able to speak in his mother language very well. Why? Because he has got enough chance to listen to it. When a small baby is born, his close people in the family, they will take him in their laps and they will start commenting on him much before the child is able to speak. On the very first day of its birth, the child starts listening. A lot of things people around him they are speaking. They are comparing his nose with the mother's nose and his cheek with the father's cheek, or his forehead with the forehead of his grandmother, and they are making comments and saying, "Oh, have you understood? Have you identified me? Oh, you look like your auntie." Oh. These are the ways they speak, and the child starts listening first. So this is called the natural way of learning the language. This is what should be provided to the learners of any language. Unfortunately, in schools and colleges, this is not always done. This is not done everywhere. What we do is that we think that yes, I am learning English, I am learning Assamese, I am learning Bengali or Hindi. What do we mean by this? By this we understand that there are some poems or some stories, some essays are there, some grammars are there, and I have to learn all these things, I have to know the story, and then the question will come, who said this, to whom did he say this, why did he say this, and I will learn the answers, I will memorize, and then I will write the answers in the answer script on the examination day. This is not at all about learning language. This is just memorizing some answers and writing them on the paper. To learn a language means to acquire the ability to speak in the language and to write in the language. And I have told you earlier, to be able to speak in the language, you have to listen first. To be able to write in a language, you have to be able to read the language first. This is what is not usually done. As I have told you, that we think just memorizing some answers or knowing the story is learning the language. Learning a language is acquiring skills. That is why some students complain, sir, আমি তো অসমীয়া medium or আমি তো English বুঝি নাপাওঁ. We are from Assamese medium or Bengali medium, we don't understand English, please speak in our language. My question is that if you are from Assamese or Bengali medium background and that's why you find it difficult to speak in English or communicate in English, and then you ask me not to speak in English because it is not comfortable with you, I also don't speak in English. To make it comfortable with you, I use your mother language. Then what will happen is that you will never be able to speak in English. If you can't do a thing, if you don't know a thing, the best thing is to know it, to do it. If you request me not to speak in English because you are not able to understand English, and if I comply with your request, the result will be that never will you be able to learn English. This is what you should not do. That's why I don't comply with such requests. I tell people that if you don't know it, speak, use it, make mistakes. Again, let me give the example of a small child. A small child, when it starts speaking, it often cannot speak in the proper way at the age of 2 or 3 years. I have the practical experience of having a 2.5-year-old son. My son has his own vocabulary. He has his own dictionary. For my mobile phone, he looks after it. He looks for it, but we don't usually offer it to him. So he has got a different name for my mobile phone, and the word is Abilla. Abilla. Whenever he says it means he is looking for my mobile phone. When the child speaks using words in his mother tongue, he often makes mistakes. While trying to pronounce the word in one way, he will speak in a different way. My son again, when he wants to say gorom, hot, he will say gulum, sha, abu sha. This is how he speaks. And when a visitor visits our home, we share this information with them. We all laugh. This often happens when a small child makes mistakes in pronunciation. All the people around, they take a lot of, and they take it as a fun, they enjoy it. And whenever they get any opportunity, they share this story with others. All the people laugh. The same thing will happen to you. When you start speaking in English, there will be people who will laugh at you because you are not able to speak properly. Because of the laughter, if you stop speaking, if you feel ashamed, if you feel nervous, then you are doing the wrong thing. Just remember how a small child, he did not bother about the people's laughter, their fun. All the people laughed at him, they made fun of him, but he continued. The same thing we should do. Let people laugh. When they laugh, be sure you are doing something worthwhile. You are on the right track. So, learning a language is not about learning some answers and getting some marks. There are people who get letter marks. People say he is very good in English because he got 95. Ask him to write a paragraph, he cannot. Ask him something in English, he cannot answer. This means he has not learned English. He has just memorized some answers and written them on the paper and he has got marks. That's it. Learning any language means acquiring 4 skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. My appeal to all of you is that acquire those skills. Be a good communicator. And once you start being a good communicator, you will then find how beautiful language is, how easy it is. How language is easy, I have just told. A small child is able to speak it when he is only 5 years old. He is not a responsible man. He is not able to do anything. His parents have to do everything for him, but he is able to speak. How can you say it is difficult? Difficulty is that we have thought it to be difficult. Difficulty is that we have got a wrong notion about language. We just think learning answers is language. The fact is that ability to communicate in language is learning the language. And for that, 4 basic skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing are to be developed. In our college, that is why we speak in English and we ask students, speak in English, don't be afraid. Yes, initially I told you in my earlier video, at the very early stage, we will help you. We will not be very strict on you. We will allow you to speak in other languages. But you should have it on the back of your mind that I have to learn in English. I have to acquire the skill of communicating in English. Unless that, how can I live in this world? Whenever I go anywhere, how can I communicate with people? So keep all these points in mind until I come with a new video. Thank you very much. All the best.